You find yourselves in a forgotten part of the lizard man infested caverns below the base, but your passage to freedom has collapsed, and fallen rubble blocks your escape. You'll have to work together with your new teammate, Sir Reginald the Cleaver, to find a new way out. There is an ancient evil lurks deep within the bowels of the dark tunnels. It is the lizard god known as Umugatu, and he is not happy you have intruded upon his domain. Find the keys to unlock his shrine and defeat him, or wind up scattered bones on the cavern floor. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive. Daniel here, and we are keeping the sci-fi theme alive with a little playthrough of Secret Unknown Stuff. Escape from Dulce, the hidden shrine of Umugatu. And this is the first of the little expansions that came out, and as you can see, it is very much presented like an old D&D manual from the late 70s and early 80s, complete with a paper map here that we're going to be playing on. So this is kind of a smaller, self-contained little adventure. And for our adventurers, for our survivors here, we are playing as Amelia Earhart. And she is equipped with some of the regular set 1 starting gear. So she has a pistol, army fatigues, and 2 small med kits. She has an armor of 1. I need to adjust that down to 1. Okay, so an armor of 1. And her strengths are pretty middling. She has a strength of 2. Her stats are middling, I should say. She has a strength of 2. A mental of 2, an accuracy of 3, and a speed of 3. And she has a special ability where she can dodge 1 hit and receive no damage once per encounter, which I guarantee you at some point during this game I will forget to use. Our second adventurer survivor here is going to be Sir Reginald the Cleaver. He is the hero that came with this expansion. He is very strong with a strength of 4. He is very dumb with a mental of 1. He is very accurate with an accuracy of 4. And he is somewhat slow with a speed of 2. I've decided to start him off with his thematic set, which includes a heavy mace and some chainmail. And he has an armor of 3 because of his chainmail, which is quite nice. So in this small adventure, we are going to be facing against the lizard god Umugatu. And the first thing we need to do is we need to randomly select one of his end boss cards. And I know what these are, and I'm really hoping I'm not picking the one that I really hate. So we'll see about that. And then let's see here. So what we need to do on this particular adventure is we will be traversing through the caverns. So in the normal game of Escape from Dulce, you start in these caverns below, and you start at this what are these called? These crypto chambers. And you wake up and you have to make your way up through the 3D game board. In this one, we wake up from the crypto chambers, but some rocks have fallen behind us, so we have to scout over in this direction, and we have to explore each room, and we need to find what I believe is 3 keys and 4 crystals, hopefully. But each crystal we find, something bad might happen as well. And I think that might be it for the setup. So on this adventure, we only used the level 1 encounter cards and the special U encounter cards for this expansion. And we will, I believe, only be using the level 1 loot deck, which is a shame because the loot gets really cool up to levels 2 and 3, but there is still no shortage of loot. This game does loot right, if you get the good stuff. So let's see here. There's a little bit of story in these little adventures. So we meet Sir Reginald the Cleaver, And he says, where does thou come from, Outlanders? Thou art perhaps a cut purse, or perhaps taken and held against thine will, not unlike my faithful squire Bruce and myself. Alas, Bruce met a grim fate when captured by those wretched and scaly creatures. I have been a prisoner here in this cavernous dungeon for many a night. I was taken prisoner by the grey fairies, but I escaped their magical coffin, only to be lost in these accursed halls of the Lizard King, searching for a passage home. If you mean me no willing harm, gramercy to you kind folks. Henceforth, Sir Reginald the Cleaver offers you his blade and solemn oath to slay any enemies that attempt to stop us from escaping. Huzzah! Let us talk of glorious battle and defeating the creature known as Umugatu. So this actually says here that passages shown in white squares should be read aloud to the group. Sir Reginald's comments should also be read aloud, and a player will gain 1 XP if they read it with an accent and tremendous gusto. I think I read that with gusto and as much of an accent as I could, so I'm going to give Reginald 1 XP, bringing him up to 1. And so yeah, we need to find the keys, we need to find the crystals, and I believe that's about it as far as background. So this game is relatively easy. That is one of its major bonuses, I think, one of its major boons is its simplicity, and the other major boon this game has is in its fun. It's not like a really super deep game, but it can be a lot of fun. One thing I like about this smaller adventure here is that it's a much faster adventure. The one complaint I do have about the big full game is it can be a little long for the depth of game that is there, but it is still fun. So every turn is basically the same. You're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to be you're going to be nominating a person to enter the next room. That's going to take 1 action. You're going to reveal any chips that are there because those are going to be what we're searching for. You're going to reveal an encounter card, and then you're going to have a little story encounter, and then you're going to set up some enemies. You're going to fight them, rinse and repeat until the end of the game. So let's see who's going to explore first. I am going to send, so here is Amelia Earhart actually comes with a mini, and Sir Reginald comes with a standee because he was just in the expansion, and the expansions are flat packed. So I really wish that, I asked them on Facebook today, I asked Sentient Cow Games if on the next Kickstarter, if we could get standees for all of the minis, because to tell you the truth, I would much rather play this game with the standees, because I don't know, I think this game just works better with that kind of avatar being represented on the board. It fits the theme more, I think. So, but okay, so let's see here. We are going to send, Amelia Earhart, she has a speed of 3. So we're going to use her first action there, and we're going to send her into this room here. Okay, there's no chit to explore, so all we need to do is we need to draw the top card of the U deck to find out what we see in here. Okay, let's see. Plumber Mountain. There is a mountain of old robots and junk stacked to the ceiling of this room. At the very top of the pile is a pipe leaking a greenish nutrient liquid. After the encounter, players can try and scale the mountain of junk to drink. Okay, so we'll read that after the encounter. For 2 players, all we're going to be finding in here is 1 lizard man. So we're going to draw let's give this a shuffle. We're going to draw our first lizard man encounter. We'll be fighting lots of lizard men in this. This is a lizard man themed adventure. So this is lizard man number 3. So let's find his token here. Lizard man number 3, come on down. So Lizardman number 3, he is going to be in that room. His initiative token is going to go on initiative spot number 4 over here on the initiative track. And he gets 5 HP there. So one thing I really do like about this game is I like the way that you can manipulate the enemy AI, and I think that's where really a lot of the decisions come in this game, and where it becomes a game a little more than just something like Talisman. So he gets 2 attacks, and he hits on a 1 or a 2. His first attack, he's going to be targeting the person with the highest armor, which that's going to be Sir Reginald. And his second attack is the lowest health, which is going to be Amelia Earhart. So he's going to be going for both of our adventurers there. So put him up there. So now we need to roll for our adventurers, their initiative. Sir Reginald has a speed of 2, so we're going to add this d6 to that. And that's going to be a 3, which is really bad, the worst. So he is going to go probably last. Amelia Earhart actually has a speed of 3. Whoop. We will re-roll that. A 4, a 7. Okay, placing her way up top first. Okay. So she has used her first point of action to move into that room. She has 2 more actions. Her first action, she is just going to take a shot at the snake man, the lizard man. So she has an accuracy of 3, which means she hits on a 1, 2, or a 3, with a 1 being a critical. Whoa, all right. I have the power of fate. So a critical hit means I do an extra d6 worth of damage, or an extra dice worth of damage. In this case, it is a green d6. So I'm going to be doing 2 damage against the lizard man. And there's 4, bringing him down to 1 hit point. And for her third action and final action, she is going to attack again. And again, she hits on a 1, 2, or 3. There's a 3, she hits. She does a green d6 of damage, and that's 1, killing the lizard man outright, giving her 1 experience for killing the lizard man. And then this encounter will give her a 2, it gives the party 2 experience. So she's up to 3, Sir Reginald's up to 3. Let's go ahead and put that enemy back down in the bottom of his deck. And now we can, you know what, I just saw what was on this chip on accident, so we're just going to shuffle these 3 here. Okay. All right, so after the encounter, players can try and scale the mountain of junk to drink from the pipe to heal to max. Okay, I don't need to heal. So we don't need to try to scale the pile of junk. So we're just going to go ahead and move Sir Reginald in there with us and discard that encounter card. So in this game, you only keep track of actions while you are in combat. As long as there are no enemies on the board, and as long as you don't need to worry about any enemies appearing, you can just kind of do whatever you need to do. So we have explored that first room. So once again, we need to nominate somebody to go to one of these 2 rooms, both of which contain an item that we might be looking for. Oh, one thing we didn't do is every time you have an encounter, you move the man in black up the alarm level, and then when it gets into yellow and red, certain things start happening. Okay, let's go ahead and send Amelia into this room. Flip this over. Okay, it is one of the keys that we're looking for. And this is a number 1 room. So we're going to be drawing the encounter, top encounter here. Just give this a quick couple of cuts there. All right, encounter number 1, the watery cavern. A fast stream of water from a nearby pipe, maybe the pipe in the other room there, pours from overhead to form a shallow pool of water in the center of this room. In the center of the pool stands the figures of a rusted robot with a broken spear sticking from its chest. The spear of the lizardmen, no doubt. All right, so 2 lizardmen now. Draw the next two. And let's see what we were fighting. Lizardmen, number 4 and 2. Find those dudes. There's 4 and 2. Okay, we're going to put those in the room there. And then let's see here. Lizard Man number 4. He is going to be going in at initiative number 7. Let's clear off this. So Lizard Man number 4 at initiative number 7. He's pretty fast there. Okay, Lizard Man number 2 at initiative number 6. And then let's see here. He's going to be going for the highest speed, which is Amelia, and the highest health, which is Sir Reginald. Again, there's going to be a split attack there. And Lizard Man number 2 is going to be going at the highest health, which is Sir Reginald, and the highest speed. Again, another split attack. How kind of them. All right, let's give them each 5 HP there. And then who's up top? Lizard Man number 4. Lizard Man number 2. Now let's roll for our initiative, adding 2 for Sir Reginald. All right, giving him a 6. Whenever heroes tie with villains, the heroes go first. And Amelia adding 3 at 5. All right, so she's going to bring up the caboose there. Okay, so unfortunately, that means that Lizard Man number 4 is going to go first. So let's see what he does. He has 2 actions. He hits on a 1 or a 2. The first thing he's going to do is he's going to attack the hero with the highest speed, which is Amelia Earhart. He is already in the same room as her, so he does not need to leave that room. So all he has to do is roll to attack, and that's going to hit on a 1 or a 2, with a 1 being a crit. A 5. All right, that is a miss. His next attack is going to be the highest health, which is Sir Reginald. However, he does not have a ranged attack. It is a melee attack. And so all he's going to do is he's going to use his second point of action to move into the room with Sir Reginald. So that is his turn. Next up is Sir Reginald, which is excellent because now he doesn't have to move in to attack. This actually worked out pretty well. He came right to me. I'm going to use my first point of action to smash him with my heavy mace. So I need to hit. I hit on a 1 to a 4 with a 1 being a crit. Oh, that's a straight up miss. My second and last point of action. There we go. That's a 2. That's a hit. The mace hits for 2.2 white d6. And then if it was a crit, it would stun the enemy for 1 turn. But it was not. So now we're going to roll our melee damage dice here. And we do 4 points of damage to number 4 there. So we'll slide his HP track down to 1. Okay, so now Lizard Man number 2 is going to attack there. And let's see here. The first thing he does is a spear throw. So this is a throw. It's not a melee attack. So he can actually chuck his spear at Sir Reginald in the next room. So this is unfortunate because now this guy is actually going to be able to attack both heroes. So he's going to throw his spear at the enemy with the highest health, which is Sir Reginald. And he's going to hit on a 1 or a 2. A 1. Making that a crit. All right. But there is no, he doesn't do any damage to our armor. Sir Reginald has an, Sir Reginald has an armor value of 3. So he's going to be subtracting 3 from this roll. Oh, ouch. Holy crap. That was like the worst thing I could possibly roll. 8. He takes 5 points of damage, bringing him down to 6. Man, that spear, that lizard man shot that thing or threw that thing with a purpose. Okay, so he's going to do a super bite. After he throws his spear, he's going to turn and he's going to bite Amelia Earhart. All right, so on a 1 or a 2, a 2, he hits for 1 melee damage of 2, and she has a armor of 1, so bringing her down to 5 HP. Okay, man, that lizard man was not messing around. So now it is Amelia's turn, and she has 2 actions left. The first action is she's actually going to use her gun to shoot lizard man number 4 because he's almost dead. Again, she hits on a 1, 2, or 3. There's a 2. There's 1 point of damage. That's all we need to kill lizard man number 4. He dies. Remove him from the initiative track there. And give her 1 XP, bring her up to 4. Her last attack, she is going to shoot at lizard man number 2 with a 3, so that's going to be a hit. And we're going to do 4 points of damage. Excellent. Bringing him down to 1. All right. So we're at the top of the turn now, and it is Sir Reginald's turn. He's going to go before that first lizard man. So he's got to use his first point of action to move into this room. His second point of action to bash this guy over the head with his heavy mace, hitting on a 1, 2, 3, or 4 with a 2 and 2 white damage. 3 points of damage, obliterating this lizard man's head into a bloody pulp, giving him 1 point of XP, bringing him up to 4 as well. Put these guys back at the bottom there. And then we also get, the group gets 3 XP. So that brings, they both level up. So 1, 2, 3. So Reginald levels up at 7 XP. So that brought him up to 7. We're going to reset his XP back down to 0. Amelia levels up at 6 XP. So go 1, 2, and 3. Bring her back to 1. And now they both get to choose. Amelia can choose to either level up her health, or she can level up her mental stat. I'm going to level up her mental stat, but before we do that, I need to retcon one thing we forgot to do at the end of the first room. We forgot to search for loot, which you can do at the end of every encounter. If you're playing as 2 heroes, 2 players, you can roll twice, and you have to roll your mental stats. So Amelia Earhart has to roll a 1 or a 2 to find loot. No loot. So Reginald is very dumb. He has to roll a 1 to find loot. And double 6s. So no loot for either of them in that first room. But now I level up. So Amelia is going to choose to level up her mental stat to make finding loot easier. And I believe that Sir Reginald is going to do the same. I'll probably regret this. So they both get to add 1 token to their mental stat there. And now we get to search again. So now Amelia is going to search. So now she finds loot on a 1, 2, or a 3. A 2. Okay, let's draw the first loot item here. And it is a riot shield. Now it can be equipped with a pistol class weapon. Okay, that's great. So I can go ahead and equip that with a pistol class weapon. Can be equipped with a pistol class weapon. Can attack with a riot shield and pistol, but these are separate attack actions. I want to look up that symbol there. I want to make sure that she can actually equip that. I believe she can. I don't think there's any limit on the on shields. Yep, it is not considered a heavy, light, or armor because each of the characters can use certain kinds of gear. So as a weapon, she can use basic melee, basic pistols, and experimental weapons. For armor, she can wear light or medium armor, but this isn't actually considered armor. This is a shield, so it doesn't have the armor icon, it has the shield icon. So she can equip that with a pistol, bringing her armor up to 2, which is excellent. Now she can only hold 2 items because her strength is 2. Right now she has 2 med kits. I'm going to go ahead and pass this armor over to Sir Reginald, who can hold 4 items. And now we need to search for loot for Sir Reginald, who can find something on a 1 or a 2. All right, we've got both. So we get to draw 2 cards and keep 1 of them. So what does he find? A repair kit. Can be used to fully repair a piece of armor or used with a reprogrammed chip to fix a destroyed enemy robot and make it an ally. Discard once used. Or armor crafting. So this is an ability, and like items, abilities, you have to have the proficiency to use them. So he can equip weapon, armor, or athletic abilities. Amelia can equip weapon, tech, psi, and athletic. So she could equip this. He could choose to give this to her right now. You have the ability to craft a new and better armor. See Appendix B in the manual for crafting our items. All right, let's look that up real quick. I don't think I've ever used this before. So, during an escape attempt, one of your party members might find a weapon crafting ability card. Now, this is an armor crafting. Okay, armor crafting, there we go. If you can use it, this ability lets you make new and more powerful pieces of armor by combining common armor and weapons with duct tape or repair kits. If you have the proper components, you can create any of the upgraded pieces of armor listed below. So I can use like any of these to create something better if I take that. And let's see. If you have the proper components, you can create any of the upgraded pieces listed below. Look through the loot decks and find the card for the piece of armor you are trying to create. Then discard the component cards. If you can't find a card for the weapon you want to make, you're out of luck. So like somebody has it or something. It's going to take quite a bit, and I believe that that is a ability that is better for a longer game. So I am actually not going to take that. I'm going to take the repair kit. So Reginald is going to take that so he can repair armor if he needs to. And we find our first key. And now we need to read a little story when we find the first key here. All right, this small offshoot of the cavern, which runs north and south, is filled with more luminous plant growth. Hidden behind a large natural pillar, covered by the strange prehistoric plants, lies a large iron key sitting on a stone dais. Upon seeing the key, Sir Reginald takes a more serious tone. Alas, this is no ordinary key, my fellow warriors. This is one of 3 keys that are needed to gain entrance to Umugatu's throne room. You are not done adventuring yet. Just like Sir Reginald said, the door to Umugatu's throne room is locked, and you must find all 3 keys to the throne room before you can enter it and face Umugatu. One thing I forgot to read here is after defeating our first encounter in the last room. Fie, fie! A bog hags cursed upon these grave fairies and cave-dwelling lizard-men that have trapped me here. Soon they will feel the bite of my steel. Yawn. There are the passages that will take you to the ancient hall of Umugatu himself. There you will find him sitting upon his accursed throne, playing his horrid music. He bedevils my mind with its odd spell. You must find the 3 keys to unlock the door to Umugatu's throne room, and 4 enchanted crystals to stave off his lizard horde. All right, so we have successfully searched and completed our second room there. And I believe that is going to end this episode of Escape from Dulce, the hidden shrine of Umugatu. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.